This man was arrested for going raw. Imagine you digging deep into a woman and you guys are in the spur of the moment, and due to the fact that it's been long, you have gotten down, you decided to pull off the condom without her consent and you went in raw and you get arrested. This kind of offense is being tagged as deep. In this video, I'm going to be explaining something that happened in the UK about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And it shows that men especially have to be very, very careful. If you're really, really serious about staying away from jail, one of the first things you need as a man is sexual discipline. Now, when you're coming to the UK, whether for studies or for work visa, one of the things that usually affect a man is the fact that he might be deprived of sex for a long time. And this is where sexual discipline comes into play. There's been so many cases of men being reported that they've gone after minors. Some of them have committed different type of rape, and some of them have been accused of rape. So this man called Mukendi, he had an agreement with a young lady for them to get down. Now, the story doesn't give us details of how they met. It didn't give us details of how long two of them have been speaking. But it seems the both of them just got together just to get down. The lady in question agreed to meet him in Brixton, where he resides, and she also agrees to also get down with him as long as he's going to be using a condom. So this means from the story that there was consent given, and it also means that she had agreed to meeting Mukendi at the specific time and date. When you have an agreement on the way things are going to go, it is important to note that when things go south or when you change along the way, you can be in serious trouble. And when I mean serious trouble, I meant serious trouble. Along the way, while Mukendi was in deep enjoying himself, Mukendi pulled off the condom and went in raw. As he was digging deep, this lady discovered, and she wasn't happy about it. Mukendi instantly apologized and said because it's been long, he has done it. He needed to feel it well. So the lady went home, and Mukendi also sent a text apologizing that he knew what he did was wrong. She should please forgive him. Do you know what this lady did? She called the police and tendered Mukendi's text message as evidence. DNA testing was done on her to prove that Mukendi went against the agreement. You see, there are so many things that might be swept under the rug in Africa. Now, let's even remove the fact that Mukendi doing this might have exposed either her or him to sexually transmitted diseases. He might have also exposed the lady in question to unwanted pregnancy. An agreement is an agreement. This means that you could technically commit an offense if you don't get details of how a woman wants to go down. I used to tell people this country belongs to the women. A friend of mine was telling me some time ago, that if it comes to the UK, the single ladies are in trouble. I smiled and I told him, I said, if you come to the UK, you will be the one in trouble. He said, why? I said, if you're not careful, the urge that you're having will land you in prison. So it is important for guys to know that sexual discipline is very, very important. Trust me, I've worked in different sectors, and I remember this particular day I was working at a restaurant and I was discussing with many of the workers there. Most of them were also immigrants. They came to the UK for studies and for work. And when I was asking them, how they cope with their urges, most of them told me that they do go to prostitutes to, get down with prostitute. They go to prostitute, get down with prostitute, and they pay money when they are done. These charges that they pay range from £60 to £100 or thereabout. Now, when we hear the term deep, many people usually think that it is an offense that is committed when consent is not given in the first instance. But it is very important to know that deep can be in different forms and in different offenses. So it is very, very important to be careful. Be careful out there, guys. Be careful. We all know that these countries belong to the women. I say this because when a woman commits paternity fraud, she doesn't go to jail for it. Yeah. It's an offense, but it's not an offense in the eyes of the government. In fact, in some countries or some specific places, the moment you sign the document saying that you are the father of the child, even after you discover 2 years later, 3 years later, that the child is not yours, it will still be enforced that you pay for child support. Aside from this, there are different stories that have happened, and it has favored the woman because the government see the women as they see the women that they need the support. So it is very, very important that you keep yourself, guys. You don't want your dreams to be cut short because of 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes enjoyment. Stay safe, guys. Don't forget, please subscribe if you enjoy this content. Drop your comment. I will share the link of this article below. If you want to read it, please click and get more info on this. Stay safe out there, guys. Stay safe. And for the ladies, stay safe too.